Time to make another stand. This time, I'm going to use Rosita as the leader. She's going to have the Hazard Bulldozer. That's so that we can ensnare and cripple enemies. Yes, I will give her that. Rick has got the Porcelain Pulverizer. And Maggie has got the Saviour's Handgun. Let's get to it. Now, I was really umming and ahhing, not about whether to take Rick or Maggie, but which was going to get the Saviour's Handgun and which one was going to get the Porcelain Pulverizer. You see, it's kind of difficult because I could turn Rick into an absolute killing machine. What does his leadership trait do? Well, you can boost the damage that you cause with it. So once he's got a couple of stacks of inspiration, which of course is his leadership trait, his damage increases, as does the chance to get charge points on a kill. Couple that with Rosita's leadership traits, which are twofold. If you hit multiple enemies, you can move afterwards. If you hit a single enemy, your damage is increased. So obviously, if I gave Rick the Saviour's Handgun, which is a pretty standard, operates in a pretty standard way for a handgun, I'd only ever be hitting single targets. His damage, with inspiration, and with the boost that is granted by having Rosita as the leader, his damage would be absolutely phenomenal. But what I've done is I've given him the Porcelain Pulverizer, which means that he's going to be able to hit more targets. And he'll be able to move afterwards if he does that. If he hits a single target, he's going to get that damage boost, anyway. But I expect, because the Porcelain Pulverizer has a small blast, he's probably going to be hitting multiple targets each turn, which is absolutely fine. He still gets a damage boost from his own leadership trait. Anyway, so Rick is still going to get a slight damage boost. Maggie is also going to get a slight damage boost because, of course, Rosita is the leader. But she's probably still going to be able to move after making an attack because of her own trait. Keeping the peace. It means that she gets an extra attack, basically an extra action, after she attacks a non-normal walker. It's luck-based. Doesn't always kick in. But when it does, obviously she gets to attack, or she gets to move. She's got lucky on her armor. She's got lucky as a trait. Does the Saviour's Handgun have lucky as a trait as well? Anyway, she's very likely for her leadership trait to kick in. Yes, sure, you can't necessarily strictly depend on it. There are going to be times when it doesn't work like that. But for the most part, she's a pretty safe bet for being able to have multiple actions per turn. She's only ever going to be attacking single targets, so she is always going to be making use of that extra damage that Rosita's skill grants her. Let's do this. Let's try and kill that tank. Nope. Wanted to kill that tank, but the fire did the job for us. Maggie, do you want to take that guy out? Brilliant. Get a charge point. Take him out as well. So yeah, I gave this some real thought. I thought, well, do we double down on Rick being able to cause just an insane amount of damage by giving him the Saviour's Handgun and therefore always attacking only one target and stacking his damage bonus with Rosita's? Or do we kind of try and round things out a bit anyway? We trust that Rick is getting a damage boost because of his own skill, but he is going to be a lot more mobile if we give him the Porcelain Pulverizer. I think that was the right choice. Can we get rid of you? Good, we can. Let's hit you. get back together a bit. So we've got plenty of weapons which can control the enemy's movement, which, you know, I'm really, really happy with. That's what I want to be doing. As well as setting big, tough, scary things on fire. Getting to do all of that. I think we've got a degree of control over the battlefield at the moment. Obviously, things can just change so quickly. They really, really can. Okay, Maggie, I want you to kill him. I think we're going to have to do that because we have to be sure that he's going to die. Maybe we could have moved Rosita out of the way. Yeah, sure, actually, we could have done... Well, we went for the kill instead, so... Hit multiple targets, we can move. I think you need to be on fire. I think you need to be hurting a bit more. Can we kill you? Yep. Obviously, because we were hitting a single target there with Rick, he gets that huge damage boost, which comes from combining the extra damage from Rosita's leadership trait with the extra damage that he gets from his own trait. Let's slow you down, sir. Let's get rid of you. See you being a nuisance. I think Hilltop Maggie, all in all, is a better leader. Still perfectly happy, you know, with this team because I wanted something a little bit different from last time. Oh, that speedy walker right there. Oof, good. That one there. Thought he was going to be a problem there for a second. I think we need to punch clean through you guys. Now what I can do is this. Would have been nice if you had been slowed down. I need him slowed down. And I need you guys slowed down. Battery power 15%. Tell me when it's at 3. I like to live life on the edge. Okay, so that, yeah, I was really, really concerned about that. Dog coming to the rescue. Dog is just... He's the character that we are getting tokens for when we complete this. And it's easy to think, oh yeah, he can slow the enemy down because that's what he does when you activate it. But the fact that he can just make enemies that are attacking your characters let go, it's pretty amazing. It really is. Right, you, sir. No. Oh gosh, I've just moved Rick into... Phew. Just going to say, I've moved Rick into range of our friend here. And that wasn't very bright of me. He, got to go down, really. I mean, he's going to be a nuisance. We've got a whole bunch of walkers coming in. Okay, that could have been worse. You didn't get stunned. That's unfortunate. Right, you got to stun you or something. Yeah, I know, I don't usually use tools. Are you guys all crippled? Yes, you are. Oh, my... What I would give for a charge point right now. I could really do with Rick getting a good charge point on them. Good thing is they're either rooted or stunned. That's pretty good. You need to be slowed down. You need to be taking more damage. Let's start cooking. Rick has some charge points. That's good. I think we do this. I think we do this. I think we do this. Have you still got a charge? Have you got an attack left? Yes, you do. Get him cooking. Good. Getting some charge points. That's handy. It's very handy. You, sir, need to be on fire. I said cook. So we don't have a hunter character. That means that we do not have somebody who can set sort of multiple enemies on fire. Sure, Maggie is very often going to get 2 attacks per turn, but it's still not quite the same. So we do have a bit of a weakness there. It's definitely not a good thing. It is what it is. You are not crippled. Do not like this whole we're not going to be crippled thing that some of the walkers are giving us. I don't like that attitude. Yeah, you need to be... Somebody needs to start dying. Not us, not us. Right, you must be crippled. Yeah, I know, I'm cheating. Okay, of course, using tools is not literally cheating, but it's not something that I tend to do in Guild Wars. Can we get some charge points? Yes, we can. That's great. That's terrible. That was good. And we've got a good sort of position in a way here, but it I don't know how long is that going to help us for. We're still, even with all of the damage boosts and everything, we're still not inflicting massive amounts of hurt on the enemy. Oh, sorry, accidentally slowed it down. Dramatic slow-mo. Let's try and get a charge point here. Okay, that's something. This guy is potentially going to chew on Rosita, which... Good, he didn't get a chance. What do we got? Our score is just not anywhere near what we had last time. I mean, can we do anything with you there? Not really. Yeah, Rick gets attacked. Maggie saves his butt. Now this guy is rooted. Well, I might be able to put Rick next to him. Maybe what we could do... I mean, nobody should actually be able to get any closer. He should be blocking off these guys. These guys are crippled. They can only move 1 turn. So, he shouldn't actually be able to reach us. And they couldn't. The only problem is that, of course, he was rooted, which is great in that it limits his movement, but he can still attack Rick. These guys can get through. He can get through. I mean, don't know what's going to happen here. Okay, Rosie gets chewed on. Okay, that's all she wrote. Okay, I really wanted to give that team a go. Glad that I did. Didn't do as well as when we had Hilltop Maggie as the leader. I didn't think that they would. But, you know, there we go. Gave it a go, gave it a try, gave it a good try. Hey, and we got a grenade back. Alright, that's all for this one. As ever, thank you for watching.